Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. And in today's video, we'll be talking about the horoscope for March 2023. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. Before we start, just a quick disclaimer. I am using Vedic Sidereal Astrology. So if you are using Western Tropical Astrology, make sure that you are taking away 23 degrees so that you have the correct interpretation. Also, this horoscope will be according to your moon sign or your ascendant sign. This will show you the most accurate results. The ascendant is all about your life path and the events that will play out for you. The moon sign is having to do with your mind and how you are perceiving things through your emotions and your physical body. So these are the most important points to see in your natal chart. The sun is your soul. So the soul is something that is hard to capture and that is deeper than this physical experience. So you want to see this horoscope from the ascendant or moon sign. So if you look up on the screen here, there are the dates of the transits that are happening during the month of March. And our first major transit here will be a full moon in Leo. This will take place in Purva Falguni. And Purva Falguni is about the union of polar opposites. This is a highly creative energy that is about procreation, that is about the enjoyment and entertainment, fully immersing yourself into the creative experience. And so this is an excellent full moon for any creative talents, abilities. Those of you who are entrepreneurs, artisans, this is an excellent energy for completing and cultivating your talents and abilities. Following this, on the 11th, we will see Venus entering into Aries. This is a very polarizing position because Venus is the ruler of Libra, which is sitting directly opposite to Aries. So we have two opposing energies that are coming together in this Venus-Aries. And this is going to make this a very intense energy. And this especially is going to be very intense at the beginning of this transit when we are going through the crossover from Pisces to Aries. This is going to fall under a Gandanta zone. So right before this transit of Venus and Aries and into the beginning part of this, between Revati and Ashwini, we have this karmic knot, this Gandanta zone. And this is where there can be some challenges and obstacles related to your relationships. So you want to be very careful about your decision making during this period. As Venus moves into Aries, though, this is an excellent time for romance, for devotion. This is a very intense, passionate position of Venus in Aries. This is all about being honest and telling it like it is in your relationships. Aries is a very direct and spontaneous energy. You want to be careful, though, about jumping into new relationships immediately. Again, as this is a very impulsive energy of Aries. So you may find that you are getting into relationships too quickly and not getting to know the people that you are connecting with. So this is definitely an area where you want to take your time to actually get to know people for those of you who are single, getting into new experiences. Following this, on the 12th, Mars will finally re-enter the sign of Gemini after being retrograde for some time now. So Mars coming into Gemini here is a very interesting combination. Mars and Mercury are not exactly friends with one another. Specifically, Mars doesn't find a good connection with Mercury. So this can cause a lot of disturbances. Mars coming into Gemini is a very abrupt energy where there can be a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of impulsive decision making. So you want to be very careful about your decisions, thinking everything through thoroughly before jumping into new situations. This definitely is a time where you want to focus your energies constructively, as this changeable Gemini energy can scatter this Martian energy and determination into various areas of life. On the 14th, we will also see the Sun entering into Pisces. So Sun in Pisces is an excellent position. The Sun is friends with Jupiter, which is the ruler of Pisces. As the Sun comes into Pisces, this is moving into the dark zone, where this is all about going deep underwater into the spirituality, into the mysteries of life. And so this is a time of deep reflection, of going inward, of really connecting in with your spirituality. This is excellent for meditation, for any kind of spiritual practices that you are getting involved in. Sun in Pisces is also a very creative energy. This is excellent again for anyone who is involved in entrepreneurship, any kind of artistic fields. This is excellent for your creative expression. Following this, on the 16th, Mercury will enter into the sign of Pisces. Mercury is debilitated in Pisces, but Mercury is not completely weak in this position. When Mercury comes into Pisces, there may be some communication issues coming up during this time. You want to make sure that you're taking your time to make sure that you are clear in the way that you are coming across in your conversations. Mercury coming into the sign of Pisces, though, can give you a great deal of spiritual wisdom and knowledge. This is an excellent time of cultivating your spiritual practices and any kind of studies that you are getting involved in. Following this, on the 21st, we will have a new moon that is occurring also in the sign of Pisces. And this will come under the nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada. Uttara Bhadrapada is a very deep nakshatra that is all about getting to the depths, understanding everything at the deepest level. So this is about deep analysis, about deep spiritual devotion. Here in Uttara Bhadrapada, this is the point of renunciation, of going into the cave and gaining this profound level of wisdom. So here, as we have a new moon in Uttara Bhadrapada, again, this becomes an excellent month for your spirituality and wisdom to develop here. During this new moon, this is a great time of letting go and surrendering, letting go of old attachments that no longer serve you and moving towards something brand new. So very transformative time coming into this new moon. Our last major transit here in the month of March will be Mercury entering into the sign of Aries. Again, Mercury and Mars are not exactly friends. Mercury, though, coming into the sign of Aries can create a lot of restlessness within the mind. This can definitely be a time where you're more assertive in the way that you are communicating. You want to be careful, though, about being too pushy, about being too much of this aggressive force of trying to move things forward, especially in the area of business. You want to take your time to make sure that you're looking over all of the details. Now, Mercury also will come into a conjunction with Venus, and this will create a yukta yoga, which is excellent for creativity and artistic expression. So once again, this whole month of March really is centered around this creative expression, this movement towards creativity, imagination, spirituality, really coming into this creative energy. So the major transits here are going to take place in the sign of Pisces, along with Aries. We're also going to see Mars moving into Gemini, and this will have a huge impact, especially for those of you who have Mars ruling over your Kendra houses. Along with this, once again, Mercury moving into that Aries sign, giving us a ton of energy mentally to be more active, more assertive in this area, but being careful of not being too impatient and rushing over those important details. For those of you with a Pisces moon or Pisces ascendant, this is a major time. We will see some major changes here in your first house, with the sun that's going to be lighting up that house, giving you a sense of courage and optimism, really lighting up your personality. For some of you, you're making some major changes to your personality as the new moon is coming in here, your personality, your appearance, paying attention to how you are coming across, how you are dressing, how you're speaking. All of this coming up very strongly during this new moon and this month of March. We will also see a full moon that is taking place here in your 6th house. So some major changes that need to take place related to your health and diet for some of you. This full moon is bringing a lot to your attention in your everyday life. So for some of you, you're having some fluctuations and changes that are happening to your daily routine and the way that you are handling your responsibilities. You do want to be careful of stomach-related issues as well. The moon, of course, is related to all of those stomach and fluid-related issues coming into the 6th house of illnesses. So you want to pay attention to what you're putting into your body and how you are taking care of your health at this time. This is a very sensitive time during this full moon experience. Venus will be moving into your 2nd house, and of course, Mercury will be joining it at the end of March. So this is going to create that special yoga, which is is activating creativity and self-expression. Coming into the second house, so this is excellent for anyone involved in singing, writing, speaking. This is really going to open up those creative centers for you. As we have Venus and Mercury coming into the second house, though, you want to pay attention to your dietary habits and your financial situation. Venus coming in here can give you a craving for sweets for some of you. And of course, Mercury here can create a lot of change and flexibility. Venus also wanting to be luxurious. So you want to pay attention to what you're putting into your body along with how you are spending your resources. This is all coming up during this transit. For some of you, you can also see some sudden fluctuations in your wealth. Again, big time to pay attention to your resources and your security. Venus, of course, ruling over that 8th house of sudden ups and downs. We will also see Mars, though, that is moving into Gemini here. So Mars is going to be occupying your 4th house. And so for some of you, there's a lot of restlessness within the home environment. You are looking to be more active to get out of the home experience. Some of you thinking about traveling and future plans. This is definitely a time where you want to find constructive ways to express your energy, or you will find a lot of restlessness in this area. For some of you, insomnia, difficulties with relaxing during this transit. Mars in here can also create some conflicts with family members and within your home environment. So you want to pay very close attention to how you are expressing yourself, how you're putting yourself out there. There is some inner tension and restlessness that needs to be channeled in a healthy way.